In a battle of the iPhone 5 versus the Galaxy S3, who will be the winner? I'm your host, Antonio Wells of Android Tap Android App Reviews, and this is a follow-up to the first video that we did comparing technical specs. However, we have both hot phones in hand for a head-to-head comparison. Let's talk about the screen. The new iPhone has been increased to 4 inches, while the Galaxy S3 is a massive 4.8 inches. This ultimately may be a decision of preference to go with a larger display. However, not all iPhone apps take advantage of the larger screen. Developers will have to update their apps, so in the meantime, you get these black bars on the top and bottom, which are not as noticeable on the black model. However, it shows on the white version. Remember the iPad screen resolution of a few years back? Well, developers had to optimize their apps for the larger screen real estate. Thus, they will have to do the same on the new iPhone. And the winner is the Galaxy S3. So which phone is the fastest? Apple didn't release any specifications on the new A6 processor when they released the iPhone 5. Since our last video, no one was able to perform any benchmark tests. However, Geekbench browser's processor and memory performance test scores the iPhone at an average 1601, while the Samsung Galaxy S3 averages 1765. Their website lists the quad-core international version, but if you dig a little bit deeper, you'll find the dual-core US version scores well above 1600. I'm changing my original decision from a tie to the Samsung Galaxy S3.
Memory and storage. One YouTube commenter brought up a really good point, as we in the tech industry tend to use the term memory interchangeably with storage. So we'll talk about memory and storage. The iPhone 5 has 1 GB of memory, known as RAM, while the US version of the Galaxy S3 has 2 gigs of RAM. As we know, the iPhone comes in 16, 32, and 64 GB models, while the S3 comes in 16, 32, and soon to be available 64 GB. Plus, you can expand it up to an extra 64 GB with the SD card slot. With so much content people store in their phones, like apps, games, pictures, and even HD videos, Apple sadly needs to offer expandable storage options and stop forcing their customers to purchase specific sizes.
And the winner is the Galaxy S3.
Now the cameras. Both phones have really good cameras. However, after shooting some pictures and videos with both, the iPhone still reigns supreme. And as a filmmaker, I value the fact that there are some superior iPhone apps that will allow you to shoot and edit short films right on your iPhone. No computer necessary. You'll find mediocre apps at best on Android.
And the winner is the iPhone 5.
Which is the thinnest? Being thin may be a personal preference for some, and the iPhone is thinner than the Galaxy S3. We're talking by hairs. And for folks bantering about the Droid Razr being the world's thinnest smartphone, it's not. We're comparing two devices that are the same thickness all the way around, not thin on most of the profile and large on one end. Nor are we referring to some random phone that nobody knows or cares about, hint the Apple Finder.
And the winner is the iPhone 5.
Which is the lightest? Yes, the iPhone is a few grams lighter than the Galaxy S3, so it gets the nod on this one. Yet there is an outcry from many users of the iPhone in social media stating that the device may be a little too thin and light.
And the winner is the iPhone 5.
Which has the fastest internet? We could not conduct a fair test because at the time of filming, the iPhone model that we had was on Sprint. And in Chicago, they do not yet have LTE enabled, so we couldn't do a head-to-head test. So on this feature, we're gonna call it inconclusive. Battery. Early reports indicate that the latest iOS 6 software is experiencing more than usual battery drain. And we can confirm that the Galaxy S3 receives more than 8 hours battery life, and this is even for a super heavy user. Check our review for that.
And the winner is the Galaxy S3.
NFC, Near Field Communications. Had this been something included in the iPhone 5, those customers would think Apple invented magic. For now, they're missing out on the ability to tap to share pictures, videos, maps, web pages, or even pay for merchandise by simply tapping their phone.
And the winner is the Galaxy S3.
A helpful assistant. Virtual assistants have come a long way. Yet, I feel Siri is a bit more helpful and offers more polish than Samsung's S Voice. Please stop comparing Google Now and Siri. This is so apples and oranges comparison. So essentially, Google Now is a superior voice search assistant, not a well-rounded virtual assistant. For example, you cannot schedule appointments with Google Now. Plus, at the time of airing, Google Now is not yet available for the Galaxy S3.
And the winner is the iPhone 5.
Price. Again, both phones are priced competitively. So who's the winner? Although when we got our hands on the iPhone 5, we changed a few things to ultimately favor the Galaxy S3. However, we still must contend that whichever phone you choose, it will be an excellent choice. So this is going to be a very interesting holiday season.
So what's your take on this? Chime in on the comments at the article link below, or let's talk about it on YouTube. I will be very interested to hear what you guys have to say about this. This has been Antonio Wells with Android Tap Android App Reviews, and of course, I'm signing out. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+.